Are you Gregory Dean Decker?
Yes.
How are you guys connected?
My uncle dates his mom.
Okay. Everybody needs a friend. Somebody needs to be looking out for them. Let's see what we got here. It says here that you owe $2,084 worth of stuff. But most of that isn't you. I think it's your dad. No, maybe it is you. This is 26526 FY. The allegation here is that you did carry a pistol in a Ford F-150 and that you were intoxicated while you were doing it. And so they charge you with carrying concealed weapon, which is a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison, $2,500 fine, the weapon gets forfeited. Charged with operating a vehicle while intoxicated, that's plain old drunk driving, which is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 6 points on your driving record and requires your license be suspended. And you're charged with possession of firearm while intoxicated. That also requires the forfeiture of the gun. Is there a plea offer here, Mr. O'Bear?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer is for the defendant to plead to counts 2 and 3, OWI and possession of a firearm under the influence of the felony would be dismissed.
Carrying concealed weapons, a felony. They're going to dismiss that if you plead to operating while intoxicated and possession of a firearm while intoxicated. You understand? You've also been waiting here all morning. Here's your advice of rights. You understand you're going to give those up by entering this plea?
Yes.
Anybody threaten you to get your plea to this?
No, sir.
Or promise you anything?
No, sir.
This is pretty small print. So did you get pulled over at Fifth Ave and Washington Street for loud exhaust
Yes.
at about midnight? Was this 12 o'clock at night or 12 o'clock in the afternoon?
Afternoon.
And had you been drinking?
Yes.
What did you drink?
Just beer.
How much?
Probably 4 or 5.
How old are
21.
you? Preliminary breath test .142. Did you have a gun in the car?
Yes.
What was that about?
Protection.
I think people might need protection from you. What are you doing? Are you working someplace?
I'm just doing the roofs right now.
There's lots of that. Storm damage stuff?
Yep.
Who are you working for?
Steve Green.
All right. You owe $2,084 of unpaid fines and costs. Most of them are not. There's a drunken disorderly and a resisting obstructing police officer that was reduced. Then you got some traffic stuff. Oh, you sure made a mess of things so far. Where do you live?
Did that.
All right, whose house is that?
My mom's.
Okay. So you weren't very far from home.
No.
Where were you headed?
Home.
From where?
From a friend's house.
Were you still drinking from the night before? You got up early in the morning and started drinking?
I got up early.
Well, you can't drink all day unless you start in the morning. This is messed up. Anyway, we'll see what we're gonna do here. I'm going to set sentence for May 18th. Luke, we might as well get our money's worth out of that day. But when I block out a morning, I try to share it with just one lawyer if I can. And we'll have 3 of your cases that day. Mr. Decker, we're gonna set this for screening and sentencing. This isn't good. You got a gun in the car, you're day drinking on a Saturday. All this went down on March 21st. Must have been a nice day. You got $1 zillion with unpaid previous fines. You're floating like a cork in the ocean. We'll take a shot at this on April or May 18th at 11 o'clock. You take that out to the counter and they'll give you information. I want you to come back on the date that they give you and we'll do the screening and sentencing. Don't get in any more troubles before I see you on May 18th. I thought that maybe was his dad, but I think all those are him. Figure out what to do with him. All right, let's talk about who's left in the pile. Adam Aiken is Stanku and David Moore's office. Do we know what to do with him?
He sent a stipulation to adjourn yesterday that we sent down to the court.
It's probably down there somewhere. As you know, everything's in disarray. Andrew Kidd, arson, 3rd degree.
Judge, we're gonna leave it on for now.
Is he in custody?
He is, Judge. And I'm gonna report back. I'm gonna go visit him tomorrow and talk a little more. We may have a resolution in that case.
Let me make a better note. Is there a plea offer, Mr. O'Bear?
Yeah, the offer was that we dismiss the habituals.
Setting all this stuff for April 14th. I will be elsewhere on April 14th, but Judge Patterson will be here. Rihanna Tremaine Perkins.
Judge, for that case, Mr. Perkins intends to waive on the record. He also is asking for a review of his bond.
Kayla Williams.
She may have yet to appear, Judge.
Seems to me she has failed to appear in some other stuff.
At 21 years old, Gregory Decker had already accumulated over $2,000 in unpaid fines, a prior drunk and disorderly charge, a prior resisting and obstructing a police officer charge, and a string of traffic violations. And on a Saturday in March, he added a loaded gun and a .142 blood alcohol level to that list. He was pulled over just after midnight for a loud exhaust. The officer found him intoxicated. When the judge asked why he had a gun in the car, Decker said one word: protection. The judge's reply was immediate. He told him that based on what he was seeing, people might need protection from him. That exchange captures something the judge kept returning to throughout this hearing. Not anger, exactly. More like disbelief. Here was a young man who had already been given multiple chances. Charges reduced, fines set low, cases resolved, and who seemed genuinely unaware that the path he was on had a very clear destination. The judge described him as floating like a cork in the ocean. No anchor, no direction, just drifting from one consequence to the next. Day drinking on a Saturday, driving home with a firearm, blowing a .142, heading toward a house where his mother lives, and somehow still surprised to be standing in front of a judge. Sentencing is set for May 18th. The felony concealed weapons charge was dismissed as part of his plea, but the DUI and the firearm possession conviction will follow him. What the judge decides to do with him at sentencing may determine whether this is the moment he finally changes course, or just another entry in a record that is already too long for someone who just turned 21. If you found this case as eye-opening as we did, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns, because justice never gets old.